Hello all and welcome back to One Stop Flop Podcast, your one-stop shop for non-stop top. I am your favorite host of all time, Ringmaster Davis.
Yeehaw!
And I'm joined by my lovely co-host,
Harvey Danger.
Alright, beautiful. So I'm going to kick us off with some interesting news.
Ooh, this is the news section of the podcast. I like it so far.
So, I don't know if you know this, but Dr. Disrespect is back.
Where is he back?
He recently started streaming on YouTube, which is fucking insane because like he was doing a large number on Twitch, but like it seems like on YouTube it's like 3 times the size that he used to do, which is crazy.
So he's doing more on YouTube than Twitch.
Yeah, he's doing 1,000,000 times better on YouTube.
So what was the backstory? Was that he got kicked off or something because he was acting weird in his last stream.
So it still hasn't been said yet, like officially what has happened. Basically, from his mouth, that he still follows through to this day is that he doesn't know why they banned him, because he just got like booted one day, and that's why at the end of his stream he was acting weird. He didn't know what the hell was going on. Everything was like shutting down, in his words, on his interface. So eventually the stream
looked like he was like having a mental breakdown.
Yeah. That's why he started getting mad and he swore at the end, and then never saw from him or heard from him. And now he is streaming on YouTube. He said in his first stream that he's suing Twitch. But I don't know if he's gonna follow through with that. I don't know what the deal with that is.
So I think I thought the rumors were gonna be that he was gonna be starting up or like being a part of a new streaming site to be the face of that.
That was one of the rumors, but no, that's 100%.
Yeah,
that's out the window.
So now he's on YouTube.
Point. Yeah, he's on YouTube.
I think the reason he has all the views is because of the fact of all the controversy and all the...
See, I was going to say, because I literally did not watch Dr. Disrespect until he went to YouTube.
Yeah.
I started watching him recently. I was like, oh my god, this guy. I love this guy.
The only reason I started watching him, I even know who he was, is because I was watching Call of Duty gameplay when Modern Warfare came out.
Yeah.
I hated the guy. I honestly think he's just a tool. Like, I think the persona, but I think it's just himself dialed up to like 11.
He's because he is playing a character.
Yeah,
his character is definitely very interesting. Dude's 6'8". Did you know that? I got 6'8". If I saw that dude, I'd run the other way.
Jesus Christ! I don't know. It just seems like a massive tool. I don't find him entertaining.
I mean, he did cheat on his wife.
It makes sense.
Yeah. That was weird to know. I was like, what the fuck? But like, people were speculating that was the reason he got banned from Twitch, which is weird because it's like, what does that have to do
they wouldn't
with Twitch?
Do that. Yeah. They're just people coming up with assumptions like, oh, maybe this.
Yeah, for sure.
But
but it's very interesting. His first stream, I think the number topped out at 600,000 viewers live.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's
for
crazy.
A streamer, that's
like
huge.
Insane.
So what are some of the other big streamers out there, especially for Twitch? What are the heavy hitters?
I think they kind of lost everyone except for Shroud at this point.
Really? Even Ninja, the big...
I don't even think Ninja's streaming anywhere.
Oh yeah, he's going on a crusade to be a Hollywood actor.
Oh yeah, I heard something about him doing something in Hollywood. I didn't know what it was.
Dummy.
It's interesting.
No one wants to watch him act. I think he has such an inflated ego now. He's just like, I'm Ninja. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do.
I don't... It seems like he was always headed down that route after Mixer fell apart.
Yeah.
Simply because like it seemed like he just didn't give a shit about streaming or making videos or whatever.
Mixer seems like the Daily Motion to YouTube.
Oh, definitely. But at least Daily Motion is still around.
Yeah, but like it's like a half-dead creature that just won't die. It's like, oh, Daily Motion's still there?
Yeah.
That's interesting. But yeah, how do you feel about Dr. D coming back from the dead?
Dr. Big Daddy D. Yeah. I never like I said, I never watched him, but now that that he's on YouTube, I'm actually watching him more.
Yeah.
Like, I'm actually interested in the character. It seems like kind of
entertaining.
Entertaining in a way.
See, I just get the whole vibe of this guy's a fucking ass. I don't. Not my my MO.
Yeah, yeah. So, talking about Mixer, actually, I wanted to talk about something because I know Facebook bought Mixer.
What hasn't Facebook bought?
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. So when they bought Instagram,
Yeah.
it's been going downhill. Like, in my opinion, it feels like the interface is just getting.
Do you think they
weird.
did that to try to get people to go back to Facebook?
I don't know, but the thing is like, why would they ruin something that's doing better than Facebook? That's just so odd.
I got maybe to sabotage to keep Facebook in the game. Like if something's too big and successful, you don't want competition. But you own it, so I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you own it. Why would you purposely deliberately destroy something?
Unless the Zuck really cares about having Facebook be the top dog.
That's
like an
such
ego
an
thing.
odd thing. My God. But yeah, have you? Yeah, I was getting to the Instagram update specifically. Did you see it? Have you tried it?
Nope, not at all.
You don't know the Instagram update?
Is that for like the Discover page, the Explore page?
No, for the homepage.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it looks god awful. They literally took the Explore page and put it on your homepage, like legitimately.
I guess mine hasn't changed at all.
Yeah, here I'll show you. So, when I first came across this, I was like, "What the hell is this?"
For all the viewers at home, do the same thing. Join us for the ride.
Yeah, go on to your. So okay, I'm starting from the homepage, and if I scroll down, it just becomes just people
Random
that I'm
shit.
not following. Basically, an Explore
Oh yeah, no,
page.
yeah. So okay, so I get a lot of promoted pages from random people. I'm like,
Yeah.
who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah,
Why am I watching this?
yeah. It's just so. How do you not have it?
I think my phone lags.
Okay.
in
That's
updates.
so yeah. It's been up for about 2 weeks now, 3 weeks. I don't know what
Yeah,
it was. But
saw,
it's horrible.
Yeah, I don't really follow what's happening. I mostly just follow a bunch of fashion and art pages.
But I'm wondering, like, it's essentially just the Explore page. Why take it off the Explore page? It kind of makes no sense.
More
Like,
ad revenue. Because if they're promoted, they're paying for it.
actually, they're not promoting. It's actually just some of them are just random people. Like, it's literally just like
People, you're like, who is this?
yeah,
Oh,
like on my Explore page, there's a lot of like dogs and like memes. So I'll scroll down here, and it's literally just dogs and memes, and I'm like,
I saw that Obama meme.
but yeah, it's just odd. Like, why not just keep the Explore page the Explore page? Why? And the thing that really annoys me about the update is that it will only show me the things that it thinks I didn't see already, and
Yeah.
it won't show me anything else. It won't show me past posts. It won't show me things that I actually did miss. It won't show me
So
like
they want you to view one thing once and then...
like it'll be like 1 or 2 posts that I missed,
Yeah.
and then that's it.
Do you think it's because people don't go to the Explore page often, so they're kind of trying to integrate it to kind of fit the...
I don't know. I feel like
I'd never touch the Explore page. I'm going to tell you
Really?
that right now.
I
'Cause
feel like
don't
I
care.
use it a lot.
Because there's nothing ever good. It's just like...
Yeah.
Because it's influenced by what other like your followers do,
Yeah,
right?
but somewhat. No, it's also influenced by what you click on.
Oh,
It,
I must click on a bunch of random shit because, fuck, I don't get
Well,
the
then
good
you have your own self to blame there.
stuff. Yeah, I guess...
God, what is all this garbage on my Explore page? No, you did that, dude.
I guess I'm causing my own grief with Instagram.
Yeah, basically.
What's this? Okay, so they have the same thing with Snapchat too.
Yeah.
Have you seen the shit that they post on Snapchat? That random page, like those random articles about random shit. Like, we have a friend that just sends us random crap.
Random
like-
articles.
Yeah, or just like random videos from the Snapchat Explore
Oh,
page.
you're talking about the stories.
Yeah, it
Snapchat
sounds like
stories.
it comes across as runoff from like Reddit or Instagram.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah,
what is it?
Yeah.
Why is this
No,
on
they're
Snapchat?
like news. So it's like, imagine if YouTube News had a platform specifically dedicated to YouTube News, like Drama Alert.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I honestly thought it was dumb at first, but every once in a blue moon it'll have something somewhat interesting.
See, I don't check those. There's never anything good.
Yeah.
I avoid social media Explore pages at all costs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. It's
Has this hindered your Instagram experience?
a little bit. Like, it's to the point. It's to the point where I'm like, I feel like I don't even want to look at my homepage because it's like they don't show me what the people I'm following. Why
Yeah.
would I want to? If I want to look at the Explore page, I'll go on, but I don't want to just be constantly bothered at the homepage with my Explore page.
That just makes me think of how many people actually use the Explore page if they're forcing it down your throat.
Yeah, but the thing is like, it's hard for the people that do, like me, because it's like, I actually use my Explore page. So to just have another one really, like, triggers me.
It's like they're not giving you an option, huh?
Yeah, they're like, oh, you like the Explore page? Here's another one. But yeah, I it's just weird. I feel like Instagram was perfectly fine the way it was. I kind of don't even, like, it's old man of me to say, I just don't like Instagram stories.
Yeah.
I feel like that should have just stayed on Snapchat.
There's a whole big thing, I think, in Congress recently. I think they're saying how, or I don't even think it was Congress. It might have, because there's a bunch of big tech people standing up or like testifying before Congress, big thing, whatever. And then I think they were accusing Instagram or Facebook of stealing Snapchat's feature, like their little niche where they have stories.
Okay.
Yeah, so what do you think about that? Like big companies kind of becoming monopolies and taking other their little IPs, and they're like what makes them special. Like if Instagram has stories and Facebook has stories, what's the use of having Snapchat if that's going to be a thing?
To steal it, basically like idea stealing on a global scale.
Yeah.
I mean, I always thought it was like, oh, okay, you can take influence, but Instagram took it and turned it into stories. I thought that was like, that's kind of, you're being blatantly like an asshole.
Yeah, it's like, this is definitely, you're having Snapchat on IG.
Yeah. And the shitty part is it was kind of a Snapchat killer.
Yeah.
Just to put that on.
It's like, yeah, because why would you need it?
Yeah. Because it's like, I just have everything I need in one app. And it's like, I would assume Snapchat lost like 50% of their users just from that alone.
Yeah, I definitely stopped watching because it's like, why do I need to check the same person's story both times?
Yeah, literally. And there are people that literally just post the same thing on both, which is like, why have one of these?
Yeah. I honestly, like with all my friends I have on Snapchat, I never see anyone post, like rarely.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's mostly IG stories.
Yeah,
it's like,
I've noticed a good chunk of my people following, they don't post much on Snap anymore. It's like the same 4 people. It's like, oh, I've seen this person's story like every single day.
I wonder why they didn't sue if they didn't have that kind of idea.
Maybe they just didn't have it patented.
That's stupid. If you're a big, they had to. They were like a big tech company.
I mean, I think they had I think the idea of like watching people do things like that, like keeping up with their life on a very small scale. I don't think they had it patented. I think they had Snapchat, the brand, patented.
Yeah.
But I guess they just didn't think somebody would just outright steal it from them.
They thought wrong.
Like, nobody would find a workaround to it, which is kind of dumb. Because it's like, obviously, that's so easy.
It's funny, this whole conversation, you start to realize Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, just a big asshole. You buy up Instagram, you make it shit, and you undermine Snapchat, and you take their feature. Damn, Zuck.
The Zuckening is coming. Don't you agree?
I feel it. It's like when you say Voldemort and you feel his presence.
Yeah, he kind of looks like Voldemort. A little bit.
Especially that little standing paddling picture where he's looking back with his thickiness.
God, thicky icky. Speaking of thick.
Ooh.
You know what else is kind of thick?
The WAP?
Cake.
Oh, cake.
Yeah. But we'll get to WAP later. We'll definitely circle back around.
I'm salivating over the WAP. I think about it constantly.
Yeah, so it kind of died down by now. A little bit.
The cake is died down.
The cake epidemic. Yeah.
The cake epidemic.
Do you think it's going to come back?
Would you dare say it was cake mania?
Yeah, I would say people were going absolute cake shit crazy.
Nah, I feel you.
Yeah.
I understand.
But yeah, do you think I feel like now is a point where it's like you'll rarely ever see it ever again.
This is like a cake meme retrоспective.
Yeah.
We lived through it, and now we're looking back.
We'll look back on all the cake in the world. R.I.P.
It's one of those. This is like the clowns of 2020.
Yeah. Except this was actually harmless. And
it wasn't harmless though. Anything. It's kind of shifted our paradigm, our mindsets. Like, can this be cake?
Yeah. Yeah. Every time I take my pants off and pull my penis out. I'm like, ah, it's a cake, asshole.
See, the clowns were a physical threat. The cake was a psychological threat.
Actually, for anybody that has a phobia of cakes, it is a physical threat.
Yeah.
Or is allergic to frosting.
It's like that thing where the people are afraid of holes. Have you seen that? Agoraphobia?
Yeah, I do. I know about those weirdos. My girlfriend being one of them.
It's like you have a picture of just holes and just like, oh my god, I can't.
Imagine like their feeling of like seeing a butthole for the first time.
No.
Put that thing away!
Are they afraid?
Put it away!
Are they afraid when they have their mouth open? Like, no, I can't look at it.
Sorry, I can't talk or eat. My mouth is a hole.
But for the cake, I feel like it was a fun little trend to have.
Yeah. Do you think it was one of those memes of the month? Do
Yeah.
they still have meme calendars? Is a meme calendar?
I'm pretty
still
sure
a
they
thing?
still make them if you dig deep enough.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it seems like memes are kind of taking on a new form now.
In what sense?
Where it's like you knew what a meme was. You could tell, like they were like, I guess they had their unique. I don't know. I'm struggling to find the word.
Yeah,
But
you
could tell what a meme was. Yeah, their memeness. But then, I guess nowadays it's like memes are becoming more surreal and so postmodern. That's like, is this a meme? Is this just like shit posting? Like, is shit posting like?
I don't think there's a difference now.
We're getting to the philosophical age of memes. Like it's.
Yeah.
We're not a philosopher.
Philosophaster.
No. Velociraptor, was that the one of them? Or like the Rage comics?
Yeah.
It's like they're plain memes, but now we're getting to like the self-reflecting memes where it's all fucking...
Or like just depression memes straight up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sad, like if you are sad as well, lol.
I guess the meme culture, especially with cake and all that, it's just becoming so
Like,
weird.
I feel like there was a point where it's like memes was this idea of like you had to buy into, you know, just like thinking stupidity was funny and just enjoying stupidity.
Yeah.
But now it feels like memes have gone so off the deep end that stupidity is like there's just too much of it.
Yeah.
Like it's like there's too much stupid in every meme to the point where it's just inaudible.
I think one that kind of represents that is the one with the Lord Farquaad head with Markiplier face, and it just has E at the bottom. That's one of those surreal, postmodern, like, is this art? Is this meme?
I think it might be like one of it's like a Cicada 301 situation.
They're trying to find the true memers, the ones that can crack the code.
Anybody that knows the code is an actual legitimate memer. Yeah.
How do you think you're doing the Cicada 3301?
I mean, technically, Mr. Beast had his own Cicada 3301, just not as difficult. And he did it for money, but I don't think I would even attempt it, honestly.
Really?
I would just leave it be.
What do you think it was?
Maybe anonymous.
Anonymous?
Yeah.
I heard theories that it was like a CIA kind of program to tell who's the best like code crackers and
so they can
best
start
minds.
recruiting.
Yeah. It's interesting. Weird shit out there in the world. And you have like
this thing's so old now.
Yeah, you have cake
Odd.
and the cicadas. The deep web.
I also wanted to talk about something. This happened kind of, I think it was like 2-3 months ago, and it's kind of reached a lull now.
A lull?
Yeah, a lull.
Like laugh out
a
loud.
little bit of a lamau, if you will.
A little ruffle now.
A little rufflecopter. Will and Jada Smith.
Oh boy.
Their relationship. So I was following that kind of heavily because Will Smith is my favorite actor of all time.
What a package to...
Yeah. It was crazy. What do you think that it was okay for Jada to do something like that?
No.
Oh yeah, 100%.
She is so stupid.
Yeah.
She's one of those people that just they don't like to be wrong.
Yeah.
And they have this big inflated ego of themselves.
For sure.
Especially when she said, "Oh, it was an entanglement."
Yeah.
Not that it was an affair.
Yeah.
It was an entanglement. With this guy that's barely like Jaden's age.
Yeah, yeah. And the way she described it, she was like, "Oh, you know, we were still married, but we had a thing. It was like there was a thing between us." It was like, what? You had an argument Just
No,
because
they're-
somebody has an argument doesn't mean you need
So
to
they
cheat
were
on someone.
separated. I mean, they can do whatever they want, but it's like to do that and just.
But I mean,
not
were
even,
you divorced?
No.
Exactly.
But if you're separated, I don't know. It's kind of it's hard to tell.
But it's a thing of like, did you have his blessing to just
well,
do whatever you want?
What was his name? August.
August Alsina.
Also,
Yeah.
he said that he had Will's blessing, but Will, I think he came out and was like, no, I
Yeah.
ain't got my blessing.
Yeah, I've seen it. It doesn't seem like he even knew about it. Like
Yeah.
it seemed like he was just like caught so off guard. Like
you have
what
that dead face Will meme. Where it's just
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I really fell for my boy Willie in that moment because it's like he's just honestly like one of the more genuine like celebrity. He's more down to earth
yeah.
like than most celebrities, which is like it's so messed up to just do something like that. Even if you're not famous, it's like why
Yeah.
would you? What makes you think that you're just gonna be married for 20 something years and then just be like, all right, we're not in the same house, so that means I get to cheat on.
But
my,
it just
my
seems like that type of relationship they had.
I don't know. I don't
Like
know.
Jada seems like that weird spinster that would just like to swing and have weird.
I mean, maybe
sexual...
they're kids, but she's not married. That's the difference.
Who, Jada?
Or wait, no, you said her daughter.
No,
or
I'm
their
talking
daughter.
about Jada Pinkett.
Oh, you're talking about Jada.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean-
Willow's probably, they're all like that, the way they raise their kids, but I mean, they look fine. But I mean, Jada not coming up and, or like owning up to her affair just seems kind of shitty.
Yeah. I mean, and to do it on live, like, broadcast, that's
Yeah.
just...
Why? What's that? Like the Facebook red table thing?
Yeah, she live broadcasted it on her
That's so
Facebook page.
That's
and
that family has issues, and they just don't like to
I
own up
feel
to
like-
it.
I feel like the only one who wants to be real in that whole family is Will Smith. He seems like the only person that's normal in that
Do you
family.
think Jada kind of made their kids weird?
Probably. Honestly, I feel like the mindset that she's had throughout this whole divorce thing, I feel like that's how she teaches her children to be.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, like, look at, what's his name? Jaden. Look at Jaden. He's just so out there. I
But
feel
the
like
thing-
that's her mentality.
The thing with the
coming through.
family is that they all feel like they're these intellectual, artistic geniuses.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's like kind of like, it's all right.
Yeah, and Will honestly being the exception because I follow him on Instagram and a lot of the stuff he posts is just like just silly, comedic, just
Yeah, he does seem like the normal one out of the
yeah.
bunch.
He just and he was on YouTube Rewind and it's like he's just so in touch with
I
like
love that.
the
It's
rest
like,
of the world.
that's it.
Yeah, even though it flopped,
What the
I'm
fuck
sorry,
was
Lil
that?
Willie.
What was it? That's it. It's like his like impression of Fat Albert.
Yeah, Lil Willie.
Did you hear that there's with Will there's a rumor going around with like the same time Jada and August were doing their thing that Will and Margot Robbie were having a little fling, a little get together.
I
Especially
mean,
when they're on
honestly,
set with the Suicide Squad.
yeah. I mean, honestly, I think looking back on it now, it's like good for him.
Good for him.
I'm glad because it's like if it happened at around the same time, then it's like
He was clapping them,
Yeah.
the Harley Quinn cheeks.
unknowingly he was actually like whatever, you know. He got her back without knowing he did.
So, would you say that that's a shitty thing for him to do?
I mean, yes, but at the same time, it's like their two shitty things make it okay, and I feel like going forward they should just end their marriage because it's like I feel like Jaden could like grow up to be this next Kanye West situation.
No,
He looks like a budding Kanye West. Like if he stays around,
if you're talking about like 2020 Kanye West, where it's like the weird.
yeah,
weird
yeah, I'm
dude.
talking about weird.
Okay, I
Kanye.
thought you were talking about like
no,
like
I'm
old
not talking
school
about
Kanye.
success Kanye. I'm talking about weird mental breakdown Kanye.
Okay, yeah.
He looks like he's on that path.
Willow
if
has
he-
more of talent than Jaden, in my
Oh,
opinion.
for sure.
But-
Jaden is It's just weird.
But with the relationship situation, I feel like if you're separated and you have like, you're not seeing each other,
Yeah.
you're practically divorced without it and being entitled.
Yeah. But I mean, it seemed like the words of them coming out of their mouths were they weren't looking into divorce.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you weren't, then why do the things you did?
It's like you look at the dynamics of a relationship. You have open relationships, monogamy, polyamory,
Yeah.
polygamy,
Polygamy. Yeah.
polygamy.
But yeah, it's reached a lull finally, and
Yeah.
it makes me wonder, like, what's next? Like, what happens from
What's
here? Is
next?
he just gonna like forget about it? Is that just something?
I mean, if they can work through it, then probably. But at least they're not the shining beacon example of what a relationship goal should be.
oh, for sure.
That people were
100%.
always saying
OMG,
goals. I wanna-
Jada and Willie.
Yeah, was that J. Cole lyric? It's like, I want that Jada and Will love.
Yeah.
I wonder what he felt after that. Like, no,
No, I don't want that Jada and Willie.
no,
Undo.
delete.
Fuck, go back.
Yeah,
Oh,
weird
God.
situation.
Also, sticking on the trend of celebrity gossip, I recently found out that Katy Perry's pregnant.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I didn't realize that,
Yeah.
especially with the husband.
Yeah, because it's like, I don't really keep up with celebrities a whole lot. But when I found out she was pregnant, I was like, whoa. Who's the husband?
Orlando Bloom.
That doesn't sound like Katy
It's
Perry at
real.
all. That's odd.
She has like a type. She went for Russell Brand to.
Oh, okay, never mind. Now that
Orlando
seems a
Bloom.
little more on beat.
Yeah.
I get
I
it.
just
now.
never like, you think two celebrities like, I know about these people, and then they
Yeah.
have a kid. It's like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
what?
What?
It's like, you just don't expect it. It's weird.
Yeah, that's when I found out that it was kind of weird, because it's like, I remember when I was like, I think it was like 15, 16, when Katy Perry became famous.
Is that when you heard "I Kissed the Girl" on the radio?
Yeah. How old was she in that? Like 22?
20,
21?
young 20s.
Young 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like, that's how I know it's like, I'm getting old.
I'm good. Nah,
Oh.
we're around that age now.
Yeah.
We're at that Katy Perry.
We're at that Katy
Young
Perry
age.
pregnancy love. Ugh.
I don't know. I'd still say we're in the prime of our youth.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, speaking of youth,
By Foxes?
yeah,
Used by Foxes?
yeah, exactly
Good
that.
ass song. Good ass song.
What type of music do you listen to?
Mostly.
Like back then when Katy Perry. So I know now you're listening to Katy Perry.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm blasting that shit, going 100 miles an hour on the freeway at all times.
Because that's such a weird time for music, right? Like the early, like 2009, when you had Kanye and his like shade, his window shade glasses, and
yeah, it definitely had a style back then. The music.
it looked like they were trying to go futuristic,
Yeah.
but it wasn't happening. So like, quick, we need to
Yeah.
change it up.
Fuck, go back.
Go back.
U-turn. Now, what do I listen to now, or what did
Yeah.
I listen to then?
Then we're probably all listening to like weird shit like Nicosaur and
Oh yeah, for sure. Nicosaur was my jam.
the Jam.
That was the or as the adults would say, boogie woogie oogie.
But okay, like yeah. What do you listen to now? What do you think of
Oh.
current music?
Well, I'm blasting a couple good bangers. Indian folklore.
Indian folklore.
I
I listened to that Mongolian tuba and throat singing.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think I've reached a point in my life where I feel like I've listened to almost too much music.
Really, that's not a thing.
I don't know. When you listen to as much music as I listen to, like, I would go to work and listen to music for straight up 8 hours a day for 2 to 3 to 4 years straight.
But there's just so much to discover. Like,
Oh, there is.
I spend most of my days discovering music, and it's just like
There is a lot to discover, yes, but it does get tiring. It gets so tiring to the point where, like, I honestly, like, 3 years in, I was like, I don't know if I'll ever get tired of finding new music, because I kept finding it.
yeah.
And then it got to a point where it felt like a task. Like
Really?
it almost felt like
You weren't
do it too
you weren't
much.
enjoying discovering new music.
Yeah, it wasn't something that I liked, and even listening to music, it's like I'll only listen to it when I'm in the car or I'm really feeling like listening to music,
Yeah.
and it doesn't hit the same, Chief.
So you don't really listen to music much anymore.
Only when I'm in the car and when I'm sometimes at work, maybe like 5% of the time I'll listen to music.
What's Nick current age identity?
I
with
actually
music?
got into listening to podcasts more, or like watching YouTube more.
Really?
Yeah. That's kind of how it got me into podcasting, because it's like I started listening to podcasts once I got tired of listening to music. It was this change.
See, I feel like it's just with music. It's so interesting. I go in cycles.
Yeah.
Like I'll
spin
go in like
cycle.
yeah.
Wash, rinse.
The wash, add the soap.
Repeat.
No, but it's like okay, I'll go from like EDM. I think like in high school, I was like avid dubstep and like electro house EDM, and then you shift over to weird indie music, indie pop, and then you shift over. You want to listen to classic rock.
Yeah. I actually started listening. I found this thing on YouTube where a guy just posts like a whole playlist of like indie Japanese music.
Really?
I think it's like indie Japanese pop.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know why, but I'm kind of like feeling this.
So I think I was doing a deep dive recently. I found this subgenre in like Japanese music called Shibuya K.
Shibuya K. Wait.
Shibuya, because it's like
Shibuyaka.
Because it originated in Shibuya, Japan, and the Shibuya K is like the aesthetic or like the genre.
So it's like a Tumblr of music.
Kind of. But it's so niche. It was like a 90s thing.
Okay.
Where they took jazz, hip hop, Western styles and put it in like a weird Japanese filter and came out.
Okay.
It's kind of like lo-fi jazz stuff.
Yeah, it's got that kind of funkiness to it.
What I like is like finding these niche genres that people like. They're so obscure. It's like, what is this? Like you never heard of Shibuya K, but it's like doing a deep dive and thinking
something only like some white dude who actually wants to be like Japanese sitting on his like ricer car with
that's
a
people listening
cigarette in his mouth.
That's people listening to Nightcore or like I don't know, some other weird like
or
anime.
talks about it's like, yeah, dude, you going to the rave next weekend?
Yeah.
yeah. Hanging outside of 7-Eleven with his like $80,000 car for some reason.
But speaking of music, like, what do you think of today's music? I know you don't really listen to music now, but there's like music trends that are coming and going, but like especially the big ones now, like 100 gecs.
Oh, yeah, that's my jam right there.
What do you think of the gecs?
10 out of 10. So yeah,
10 out of 10.
Dude, 100 gecs. I never heard of it until you told me about it.
Yeah.
And it was just so. I thought my mindset going in it was like, oh, okay, I think this is gonna be another death grip situation.
Some weird niche that people forget about.
And lo and behold, it was. It definitely was.
Well, here's the thing: death grips, even though they were niche, they're kind of like popular now.
Yeah,
and
I feel like that's due to Coachella though.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Coachella. I'd say like, you ever watched The Needle Drop?
You
ever heard of Anthony Fantano?
I think so.
He's like this bald, melon head looking man that reviews music on the interwebs.
Okay.
But I think with like him, his prominence, and he's
Wait, you're talking about Anthony Fantanillo?
No, Anthony Fantano.
Oh, maybe.
He's a music reviewer.
Who the fuck is Anthony Fantanillo? I know somebody,
idea.
some celeb. Anyway, yeah.
But yeah, so I think with him bringing up these niche artists, like there's more prominence, more fans coming in.
Yeah.
Because they take his word like religion. It's like, oh my god, he rated this album a 10? It's my favorite album now.
Okay.
So maybe him putting out like, oh, listen to 100 gecs.
Yeah.
And they become a meme. And they become prominent.
So why did he rate it so high?
He likes these interesting acts where there's like very obscure and like off-kilter music. Like,
but did he ever stop to think maybe they're just shitty at what they do?
Well, I think with the 100 gecs I listen to, and it's like it's interesting.
Yeah.
They're not total shit.
Okay.
It's like it's something you have to get used to. like eating
Alright,
like animal
yeah.
liver.
Or like sitting in a vat of very warm milk.
Because I think, honestly, I think that's where music is heading,
Okay.
in that direction of like, you ever heard of hyperpop?
Hyper pop. What is that? Like you're in a spaceship going a million
So
miles
think
an
of,
hour?
so it's like
listening to pop?
100 gecs is part of that. If you listen
Okay.
to what their music is, and then you have like Charlie XCX,
Yeah.
or like other artists more prominent, like you have like there's like a whole deep dive on that. I
Yeah,
won't go into that,
yeah.
but what do you think of like music where it's headed now with like that and Billie Eilish? And do you find yourself kind of feeling like you don't understand newer music?
I feel like the uprising of ASMR is leading. No. Hear me out on this. I genuinely feel like
Uprising of ASMR.
I genuinely feel like the uprising of ASMR is leading into or is bleeding into what music is becoming. Billie Eilish is a terrific example of that.
Because her singing style is so whispery.
Yeah, it's like this whisper pop, and it's just so odd. Like it's like she took aspects of ASMR and was like, okay, how can I interpret this and make it into music and make it into something lively?
I just think she doesn't have that much of a vocal range.
Oh, probably. She
Like
looks like she's
I'm
singing.
assuming, but she hasn't given us anything to guess otherwise.
Yeah, she hasn't actually sung a real song.
Yeah, like she's like, he has her voice, but it's like that in every song. The only interesting part is her brother that produces the songs. That's like, okay, that's some good production.
Yeah.
I don't find Billie Eilish interesting, and I know people hate me for saying that, but it's like,
I mean, I don't really listen to her music. It seems like she is taking Lorde and making her into 2020.
yeah, I found Lorde more interesting.
Yeah, at
Not
least
style wise, Billie Eilish takes it somewhat, but
yeah.
in like
Yeah.
music, I feel like Lorde.
What is with these girls like coming up into the music scene and just being like really goth for some fucking reason?
I think especially now you have e-girls being a thing.
Yeah.
Early,
yeah, for
so
sure.
what I noticed is early 2000s culture is coming back. It's
Yeah.
so funny. It's like every year you see, oh, the 60s are coming back. Oh, the 70s are coming back.
Yeah.
The 80s came back with Stranger Things and
Yeah,
all
but
that.
when are the 1910s gonna come back?
I'm waiting for that Baroque where you just like curl up your mustache and say, "Hey, Sonny,
You looking to fight? Walk into a bar,
we
saloon.
can have a little brawl."
Someone here needs to tussle.
That old radio style, like extra, read all about it. Yeah, I don't know. With 2000s style coming back, more girls are looking to have that goth.
Yeah,
Look.
goth mixed with e-girl.
Yeah, like you're gonna see more emo style, like
yeah. Think there's gonna
scene
be
kids
like,
coming back.
Yeah. You think there's gonna be a resurgence of like
Scene
slightly
kids,
scene?
Scene kids never left. You always have that weird group in school where they're like, okay,
Yeah.
they're trying very hard to stand
No,
out.
but they're smaller now. I feel like it's
No,
maybe
they're
like
being
2 or 3
prominent
kids.
because popular kids are taking that style and they're like, oh shit, they're taking our style now. How are we gonna look different?
Yeah. So they're dressing like weird like 40-year-old people.
I feel like if anything, those kids are gonna be popular kids now because being weird
Yeah.
used to be a social pariah. Now
Yeah.
you're gonna be like someone that's like, oh shit, they're popular because they're so
Yeah.
weird and quirky.
Yeah. Now everybody wants to dress like Donald Trump.
Yep, they want that orange tan. And
Yeah.
that
That's
nice-
mostly like Long Beach right there. But yeah, I remember you saying you wanted to talk about excuse my language here, that wet ass pussy.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
the WAP.
yeah, the WAP.
That's
the
a
wet-ass
social
pussy.
craze now.
It-
That's
dude,
the song took over
Let
everything.
me start this off really quickly. I fucking hate that song.
Really?
I hate that song.
I've only given it like 5 seconds of listening, where it's like the bass is fun, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah,
I don't care about the style.
it's just boring.
Yeah,
The song's
it's-
boring.
It seems like something Nicki Minaj did like 5 years ago, but
Yeah.
people are eating it up.
Yeah,
like,
but she did it better.
I wouldn't say better. It's all
Oh,
the same.
I would honestly, dude. Have you heard? Like, look up the lyrics to that song. There's no lyrics. There's no music. There's no song. It's just wet ass pussy, wet ass pussy.
It's kind of the same thing as of why mumble rap is big, or
Yeah.
why Lil Pump
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
prominent.
Maybe wet ass pussy's like, it's taking a new step towards a different kind of music, kind of like how mumble rap did.
Do you know why it became popular?
What
or
mumble
why?
rap?
So no, WAP.
Oh, wow.
WAP was big, but people took it to a new level because it became a symbol of feminism.
That's so weird.
Because you have guys saying like they're all mad because they don't like listening to this type of shit, but then women are like, oh, how come you get to rap about your dicks all the time?
Oh no! The way I see it's like, listen to whatever the fuck you want to listen to.
Yeah.
I have my own taste. You have your own taste. But it's like it's just so, like, I'm sorry. It's just quality. Whether you're talking about your dick, whether you're talking about your
That
pussy,
wet
I don't give
pussy.
a fuck what you're talking about. It's just bad music.
Yeah,
It's just bad music.
gotta be good. Like if you're gonna be rapping about your dick
Yeah.
or your pussy, just like
At least Eminem could put a flow to a beat.
yeah.
Whereas like this is just like, just as like aggravating pounding noise with just constantly.
It's like I just imagine people just want to put something on to fucking like, hey.
Yeah, like
Turn up.
nonsense. Like at that point, just listen to a beat. Why does it have to be lyrics? Like literally, it could literally just be the same exact thing.
I don't understand. I don't like it's just a different culture, I guess, with like I don't know with hip hop. I don't understand where hip hop's going.
Yeah,
It's weird.
it's definitely a very weird uprising. I don't know. Maybe in the future as music progresses, we'll see it sort of blossom.
Yeah, maybe. Unless it just evolves into just like weird warbles and.
Next thing you know, it's like they're gonna take from dubstep. Like that's gonna be the new pop music, just dubstep noises.
I remember dubstep.
Oh, God.
But speaking of uprising, what do you think about
Yes,
free
I'm going to
Fortnite?
be taking over the Senate.
Oh.
Bring me the children.
Sound like Emperor Palpatine. I am the Senate.
I am the Senate.
What do you think? What do you think of free Fortnite? Hashtag.
I heard about Fortnite leaving the Apple Store. That's, I don't know.
I don't
Did they
think it
give
was-
a reason?
It wasn't just the Apple Store. It was the Google Play. It
Oh,
was-
they're just taking it off of mobile altogether.
But I think it might have been just Apple. I don't know. I don't know the whole story. But so the thing is that they found a way to bypass giving revenue to Apple,
Okay.
and they could just do like a self-funding
yeah.
thing through their customers.
Yeah.
But Apple was like, none of that.
Yeah.
Chop that off. You cut off, and so I guess they thought of that, and
Yeah.
they're like, okay, we knew you were gonna do that. So they put up this 1984 style video.
1984.
Have you seen that?
Video?
Have you seen the video?
I don't know
Where
the
it's
video.
The big Apple head. No, have you seen the free Fortnite video?
No, I did
Okay,
not.
so they have like
No.
it's like
I didn't
this-
realize there was a video.
Yeah, there's a big Apple head,
Okay.
and then everyone's just viewing the TV in like a big theater, and then a Fortnite character comes in and throws the pinata scepter thing at the TV to break it.
Yeah.
And they're like, no more Apple. But that's a reference to like a commercial, or was it the movie? I don't know. So like a
Okay.
1984 reference, where it's like a bunch of people are watching the propaganda.
Yeah.
Someone breaks the TV.
Mm,
and
I know which one you're talking about. I know that propaganda video where. Okay. Yeah.
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 I think
okay.
it's popular, but it's so funny. People like, especially my nephew's a real Fortnite addict.
Yeah, I mean, whose
He-
nephew isn't?
You have him just like all the little kids now are just like free Fortnite, and they don't understand what it is.
Yeah.
And it's all like I feel like what it boils down to is just two big companies fighting over who gets more money. Like, no,
Yeah.
I want more money. No,
Yeah,
I want more
yeah.
money. But they have influence over the kids and the Fortnite fan base.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if I had to pick one on my own, it would definitely be Epic Games and Fortnite.
Why?
Because it's like, they deserve everything they get. They made something out of nothing. They made something beautiful out of nothing. And Apple, it's like, they're just assholes. Like, Apple finds every single second of every single day to just rip you off.
Pretty much.
And they just want all money possible for no. And it's like, it's so dumb because it's like they're a $1 billion company. It doesn't make sense.
That's the thing with companies now. They just want more money.
Ridiculous. It's like I feel like with all the money in the world, even if Apple had all the money in the world right now, what does that get you? What does that bring you?
I think when you're extremely rich, when you're like that top 0.1 percentile, where it's like you have fuck off money, you could just do whatever, like anything.
Yeah, that's just so.
I think at that point it's less about how, like, if you're looking at finance and looking about how can I just have everything.
Yeah. That's just so gross. Like that's
it is,
just.
right?
It's like that man, Tim Apple.
Tim Cook.
Yeah, Tim Apple.
Tim
Exactly.
Apple.
Tim Apple. Tim Apple. He needs to. I don't. How weird do you think that guy is?
Not as weird as Bezos.
Fair. Jeff Bezos is probably
like he looks like he's the closest incarnation to Lex Luthor we're ever gonna get in real life.
Yeah, definitely. He kind of looks like him a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit.
He has that twinge in his eye, like I'm gonna run for president one day.
Keep him away at all costs, everybody.
I don't think billionaires are weird. Like, why do you need? I can't even fathom what to do with $1 million.
Yeah.
To know, like, you have 50 billion. It's
and you could literally just be saving the world, but you're not.
No, the funny thing with all these rich people is they always want to go to space.
Yeah.
I have billions of dollars now. What do you want to do?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go to space.
Like, oh, I've conquered this world. Let me move on to the next. Like, all right, asshole.
I've conquered this world.
But I feel like the only exemption to all of this, in my personal, honest opinion, is Elon Musk.
No,
yes,
no,
100%.
I
100%
disagree
he's
with
the
you.
only
Heavy.
exception.
He is a massive tool. A massive tool.
I think he's smarter than people give him credit for.
I think the opposite. I think that he likes to make people think he's so smart. He wants people to have the idea that he's the real life Tony Stark. He's nowhere near that. He's an entrepreneur.
Yeah, it's a little silly.
Yeah, but he has this ego about himself where it's just like, I'm Elon Musk. I used to have respect for him, but like in recent times, he's proven to be kind of a dick. Because he has his ego now where it's like, everyone loves me.
The thing is like, that's what happens when you're one of the smartest men to walk the earth. It's like, you don't...
I don't think he's one of the smartest men
I think he's at least top 5 smartest men on planet Earth. No. Honestly.
You have much more prominent scientists, even like economists, I'd say, business people that...
Yeah.
Oh, okay, in business, Elon Musk must be one of the... I'd put Elon Musk as one of the smartest business people.
Terrific businessman.
Yeah.
Tesla's making billions of dollars. Their stock this morning just hit $1,800 per share.
Yeah.
Terrific at business.
Yeah.
Terrific at making cars.
But that's not him making the cars. He has a team.
He had to make the design.
He did not have to.
He had to come up with the concept. He had to come up with the path that set them to this point.
If he designed the whole car and the function by himself.
Oh, I mean, nobody does. Nobody ever does.
So it's like that. I'd consider that top smartest people on the planet. As a business person, if you come up with the schematics and it's like, yeah, I want this and this, that's fine. But you're not gonna I could say the same thing about Jeff Bezos being the smartest person on the planet. But see, that's the thing. He came up with a structure that's so, he kind of monopolized commerce. That's much more influential than what Elon Musk has done.
I think personally, I agree with Elon Musk is not influential, but I feel like Elon Musk knows what's best.
He does, but I don't think he has the technological mind, because
I think he does.
He follows along. He's good at that. He knows how to follow. Like, if he can learn something quick. But he's not that mind. Like, he's not a Tony Stark. He's not someone that can whip up something.
I mean, nobody is.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, it's like, I feel like in a business sense, he's smart. One of the smartest guys. But in technological,
Because then I know Elon Musk has done a lot of interviews, and a lot of people that have interviewed him, they'll talk to people that, work with Elon Musk, and they all seem to say the same thing. Is that Elon Musk can literally talk about anything and always know more than you. There was one specific one on the Joe Rogan podcast. He interviewed somebody that was a higher up for Elon, and he was basically like his right-hand man.
Yeah, okay.
Designing stuff.
But what are you gonna say? It's like, yeah, Elon's kind of a dunce, but he's good. Especially the right-hand man.
No, but he had his own story and everything. That's the thing that made me believe is okay, maybe he's being genuine with this. this. Like,
Yeah.
maybe he's actually coming from a place of... Because the story was that he was in a car with Elon Musk going somewhere and, like, taking a road trip, I think,
Yeah.
to do something for the company. And they were in the car. And he did say this. Elon Musk, you can tell... Some people will say he struggles with human interaction, but he says, the guy that talks to him says that, he thinks that it's not struggling with human interaction. It's that Elon Musk is somebody who is so insanely calculated that he has to stop and think before every single thing he says, because he brought something up to him about the company, and he didn't know what the answer was. And Elon... like, he had the answer like that. Like, he knew. Like, he already... It's like the dude was, like, 7 steps ahead of him.
So, okay, so how do you explain his, like, Twitter escapades?
I think that's him just trying to be relatable. I think
Funny?
that's just him,
because
like...
if anything, he's ostracized himself from people because of what he says. He likes to be so controversial, like, with what he says. I think there was that tweet he put where it's like, pronouns don't matter, whatever.
Yeah.
And then Grimes was like, no, you're not like this. Your heart is genuine.
Yeah.
Please call me.
Yeah, begging on her hands and knees. No, I mean... You see, I think deep down, like, out of everything, Elon Musk is still a human being. And before he became a genius, before he became this super mega millionaire, billionaire guy, like, larger than life, he was the person that he kind of is on Twitter. And that's his... Because it seems like he has so much going on that the only place he has to let his real personality out is places like Twitter.
Okay, so the way I'd break down Elon Musk is he's a highly successful entrepreneur. Started with PayPal, started before that,
Yeah.
went on to his own ventures. But his persona is inflated to what he actually is. I don't believe he's like one of the smartest people. I think he's smart, he's successful, but he's not what he wants people to think he is. I don't think a lot of the famous people, like especially the rich people, I feel like they have a persona they want people to see. Probably a cool dude. Probably maybe a dick. I don't know, but I don't think he's what he portrays himself to be in the.
Oh, he's not
media.
perfect in any way.
No, not perfect. I just mean like with the intellectual.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he's smart.
Oh yeah.
You have
probably
to be
super
that.
genius.
Not super genius. I don't.
Oh.
Not super genius.
I don't
You're
know,
smart.
It's like it
but
seems like the path that he's carving right now. It's almost like it, because every time something happens with him, it's almost like holy shit. Like, was he planning this from the beginning? From the moment he made PayPal, it seemed like he's been planning SpaceX.
But that's the thing. That's what I go back to Bezos. He's trying to start his own.
Yeah. But I think Elon
venture.
Musk could actually do it. That's the difference. Like, I think if there's one man in the entire world that could, it would be Elon Musk. With all the money and all the
You have more faith in Elon than I do. I think
mean,
the man is.
It's not like I'm like sitting here like I love Elon Musk. I don't care about the guy. Honestly, I could sit here and say I don't give a shit about Elon Musk.
No, but we
Elon
we
Musk.
have two different opinions of what Elon Musk is.
Yeah. I think in my head, it's like I remember hearing Elon. I don't know if it was him out of his mouth exactly or someone else's, but Elon Musk has had a plan to either go fully green before climate change or to just leave Earth altogether before we die. And everything that has his foot in, it genuinely seems like that's what he is doing. Like, it seems like he's a lot farther ahead than other people are when it comes to, like, because recently he took the I think it was the loan from Trump.
Yeah, that surplus that a lot of those companies didn't need, especially Tesla.
And I was saying, I was talking about this with someone else, but I was saying that I think he took that loan because he wants all the money he can possibly get to fund SpaceX.
Those aren't loans. They're just getting free money.
Oh, I mean, even more so. If there was one person that actually was like, okay, fine, give him free money, it's Elon Musk, because he's going to put it into SpaceX. That's what his idea is.
But see, the thing is with space travel, you don't need it. Especially nowadays. He's putting all of it into SpaceX, but why not focus on the world you're in before you
he
get
is,
to...
though. He made Tesla.
But even Tesla is kind of a luxury brand. It's like I equate it more to like a Ferrari or Lamborghini than you would something that actually helps out the common people. Common people don't necessarily... Tesla is what wealthy people drive. You're not going to have...
Not really, no.
Yeah, you're not going to have
Do you know how much
people.
a Tesla costs?
How much?
For the lowest model?
How much?
$40,000.
Still, people aren't... They
for a brand new one.
Yeah, people don't... like.
You know really, how much... I bought my brand new Honda 2019.
Yeah.
Almost $30,000.
Yeah. But even so, people don't... like, if you're going to buy cars like that, you're going to put yourself into debt. But for Tesla, even if it's $10,000 more, you're not going to... I would still equate Tesla as the brand to more luxury than like a car company. It's not something that's to help the people. It's more like, you know...
But I mean, it's like without Tesla, there is no green, you know? There is no saving the earth. I would argue that Tesla is the launching pad for the world saving itself from climate change.
With emissions? I'd say they're in the better direction for that, but...
Because it's like, without Tesla, you think anybody would have been talking about saving climate change? Nobody, right?
Well,
the only person actively right now doing it...
You did before. You had, like, cars that were, like, electric, half electric, or hybrids.
Yeah, but it's like nobody knew how to get it fully electric, or nobody cared, or nobody... whatever it was.
That's kind of because they don't want it to have that... You don't want to go fully green because look at how much money the big oil companies make.
Yeah.
They're not gonna...
But that's why I love Elon Musk so much, is because it's like he wants to make that the norm, which is like, that's such a terrific thing to do for people and Earth and just, you know, the world in general, because it's like, not only is he saving the world from dangers of climate change and overheating and all this stuff, he's doing it in a way that it's like, he's putting all of his time and his money and his effort into doing something that nobody else wants to do and nobody else did up until this point, because they were either scared of the oil companies or because they just simply didn't care enough.
Yeah.
And that's why I look at Elon Musk. It's like, he may not be a great person, but he's doing something like those people that save those, you know, African children. Like, they give them food, they give them water, they give them shelter. He's like that, but on a much larger scale.
I think Bill Gates does that.
Oh, I mean,
he's investing in Africa.
Yeah. It's terrific that he does that, but it's like, it's a huge impact on the world, yes, but this is something that changes the world as we know it going forward. And that's why I feel like if there was one person that should get quote-unquote free money, it's definitely Elon Musk, because I know he's going to put it into bettering the world, even if people don't see it, and even if he's not doing it in a way that's so blatantly.
Yeah.
He is putting it towards something that actually matters. Whereas if Trump were to give Bezos money, what the fuck would Bezos do with that?
At least with Bezos, you're kind of circulating what people can get.
Yeah.
Like, it helps people in the now, because you're kind of like investing in like Amazon deliveries with food and
yeah, but
commerce,
it's like,
and all
what's that doing for the world?
Letting people survive during a pandemic when
I mean, even so, it's like, whoa, congrats, that's still money in your pocket.
Yeah.
Whereas Elon Musk, it's like, yeah, he makes money from selling the cars, but at the same time, it's like, he plans to keep making cheaper and cheaper cars every single year, which is like, it's like, Bezos would never do that. I bet you at this point he's looking to increase prices.
I'll tell you this, like my final thought, it's like, even he does good things, you know.
Yeah.
And he has his faults and all that, but the one thing that gave it away was, I think, when on Twitter, when he was on one of his weird tirades, he's like, oh, the COVID pandemic is not going to be anything. We don't need to shut down. And that's when I was like, okay. There's a little poke in the in the armor. It's like, ooh, you gave yourself away there.
Who was that? Bezos?
No, that was Elon Musk.
Oh, Musk. See,
so it's like you think someone that's calculated ahead and knows all that would take something like that seriously, but he's like, oh, well,
I 100% agree with that, and I think, like I said, he is not a good person. He's fucked up, and he does things that are questionable, but that's the thing with him. He does things that are important for humanity rather than important for the one person. Like he sacrifices his own reputation in this sense, like with what he did to those people. He's sacrificing his reputation to speed up the process of turning green and saving people.
Is that really ethical? Does he really care?
I mean, in the end, you're going to look back and go, well, do I really think about how he did that? Like 10 years from now, are you going to remember that he did that?
Yes, because it's like, that's such a shitty opinion.
I mean, yeah, it's a shitty thing to do, but it's like so many people do that. So many billionaires do that.
And that's kind of why I dislike the billionaire class.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you hear the new Justice League Snyder cut?
Ugh, I don't even want to talk about Justice League or Snyder cuts or anything. They can just all suck my ass.
Really? You don't like the DCEU?
Unless it's Joaquin Phoenix, I do not care about DC.
So you really only like the Solo Joker movie?
Solo Joker is the only DC movie I will ever give my time to ever. So after BVS, I just can't.
See, the funny thing with all that, it's like I really liked Man of Steel.
Yeah.
When it came out, I was so hyped up for Suicide Squad and Justice League and Batman v Superman. They all suck.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, that's over. And then I didn't even watch Aquaman. I didn't watch Shazam.
Shazam
I heard they were
look
good.
Stupid.
I heard they were good, but I never watched them because
Shazam looks like it tried so hard to rip off Deadpool.
I think but
like,
it's
but be kid friendly.
Yeah, it's a kid friendly version.
Which is so stupid. It doesn't work.
I haven't. I gotta watch it to give it a try. I gotta watch Aquaman.
I saw a couple scenes. It's just quirky. Yeah. It's like something you would show your 6-year-old and go, yeah, that's what superheroes are.
As long as if it's fun and coherent.
It's fun for a 6-year-old, sure, but it's like me as a grown adult, I'm not gonna sit there and watch Shazam.
It could be fun. I don't know, but I mean,
I've watched a couple of it. It's not god awful. It's just not good at all.
Okay. Have you watched like scenes from Aquaman or?
No, I actually haven't watched a single bit of Aquaman.
It looks pretty.
But I didn't even realize the full movie came out.
What?
I didn't realize. Like I thought it was like a production or something.
That was the same year as Black Panther.
Oh, that makes sense. I was watching something better. Okay, yeah.
Okay, but so you have those. Joker was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But then, so they announced one of. Yeah. Because that same year, I
don't know you anymore.
That same year, Endgame came out.
Okay. I thought we were talking about DCU.
Oh, DCEU?
Yeah.
Wonder Woman. It was alright. It was alright, but it wasn't that great.
Oh, okay. It's at the bottom.
No.
Oh, okay.
But so when they announced the Snyder cut, it's just brought back all those PTSD memories, those war flashbacks of everyone.
Did you watch the original, like the full Justice League?
I saw it on HBO. It was bad.
Okay. Thank God, I know what to stay away from.
It was bad because it's like it's like you had a jumbled mess, and then Joss Whedon comes in to make like a Frankenstein movie.
Yeah. I mean, because it's like you take a jumbled mess and throw it into even more garbled nonsense. What the fuck are you gonna make out of that?
Yeah, but it's like it was a failure for what it was. But then people were so disconnected and they're so fanboyish, and they're like, oh, we want the Snyder cut.
Yeah.
Because it'll make a difference. And now they're releasing it. And it's like, oh my god, 2020 just keeps throwing all kinds of punches. I thought this died off.
Was it bad?
The Snyder cut?
Yeah.
They haven't released it yet.
Oh, they haven't released it.
Yeah, they have the original one on HBO, but they're releasing the other one on HBO Max, the Snyder cut
on HBO Max. And do you think people are going to be stupid enough to buy HBO Max and then
I
realize, oh my god?
Yeah, and they're going to be like, guys, look at this movie. See, this is what it should have been.
Yeah, it like on rating wise, it'll go from like a 2 to a 4, and they'll go, oh my god, this movie's so much better.
Guys, listen, this is what's going to fight the MCU.
Guys, it's not a flaming turd anymore. It's just a turd.
MCU, watch out, because we have the Snyder cut.
Hunty!
Yeah.
What if Joss Whedon, like, just like... just came into the MCU after making Avengers 1 and it was like, like post Justice League, it was like, I'm going to make something amazing, I swear to God. And it ends up being just the fucking greatest MCU movie.
That's
ever.
not going to happen. Like, I think there's so many allegations of Joss Whedon abusing his staff.
Okay.
That they're not, I don't think.
That's hot. Okay.
He's like, right now he's like PR nightmare
yeah.
to even bring back. So like,
that's because he made a good Avengers movie. I mean, before Age of Ultron.
It was like Age of Ultron is like, if I had to put Age of Ultron against Justice League ranks lower than.
Oh, for sure.
Age of Ultron.
Just looking at it, I know it will.
Because it's like it just didn't work.
Yeah.
But
I had high hopes for the Flash movie.
I have given up on that completely. There, 4 different directors, I think, and like 3 years they pushed it back. It was supposed to come out next year.
Yeah.
And they still haven't even started production or anything.
See, it's probably coming out next year then.
Yeah, sure. And then you have The Rock's Black Adam movie that they announced back in 2014 or 15 or something.
Yeah.
And they're still like, what the fuck they're gonna do?
I think DCU. Do you think DCU should just work with what
they should just wipe out, like, or like
no way, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker? Do not wipe that out.
Why
destroy something that works?
His Joker's not a part of the DCEU.
Yeah, even if it's on Black Label, it should still be like they should still look at it as this is our one success.
They should do what they're doing is do like different universes. They don't need to have one cohesive universe.
Yeah.
You have that, and you have Wonder Woman universe.
Wonder Bread, yeah.
You Wonder Bread.
Got Wonder Bread.
Get the Wonder Bread universe.
Okay.
And then you have Robert Pattinson's Batman universe. I'm actually looking forward to that one.
I don't know. I have very, very low expectations for Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Really?
It's just, think of it like this. Who has done a good job at Batman? So good that you looked at them and then you went, wow, his performance is on the level of Tony Stark and Robert Downey Jr.
The only closest
one
is Ben Affleck for me.
Nobody.
Ben Affleck.
And look how many Tony Starks there were.
But look.
One.
But no, well.
Look how many War Machines there were. 2.
Look how many Caps there were.
1.
There was 2.
Who else was Cap?
There was a Captain America movie back in the 90s.
Okay, we're talking about like the year 2000 till now. Look how many Batmans didn't work out.
Well, okay.
7. Or 6, 7. I don't know who the fuck. How many was it? 5, 6, 7?
You had Christian Bale.
Christian Bale
was 1.
Okay.
You had Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
That's it.
Now Robert Pattinson, 3.
Yeah.
And there was another one.
There was not another one.
Are you sure?
You only had those 3. Yeah.
Are you sure? I feel like there was at least one more.
No, because the other Batman was in 1989.
Okay. But it's you see where I'm getting at with this. Yeah. If you can't get it right the second time, why are you still trying?
It's like this. It's if you had Iron Man by itself as a series, you'd have 3 movies, maybe 4.
Okay.
Then they would, if they didn't have the cinematic universe, they would have got a new Tony Stark. They would have probably rebooted it and did something else.
But they didn't. That's the point.
Because when you have the MCU, you haven't had more than one Cap. You haven't had more than one Falcon or Black Panther or Thor. Yeah. You're about to have a new Thor, but.
Well, technically, it's not a new Thor. It's a different Thor. It's a different iteration of Thor.
But it will be Thor.
I mean, not Chris Hemsworth Thor. We're talking about playing the exact same character.
Yeah, you're not gonna. But the thing with Robert Pattinson, what is it about him that you feel like you're not?
He's playing Batman.
But what about Robert Pattinson don't you like about?
He was a fucking vampire.
See, that's the thing. You, with people when they think Robert Pattinson, like, oh, Twilight, it just fucking sucks. If you've watched any of his recent movies, you get excited, like, holy shit, this guy can act. Yeah. Like, there's this movie, Good Time, that's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Where it's about him and his disabled brother. And his brother gets arrested. I don't want to spoil it, but he goes in that movie so focused and so, like, anxiety driven that it's crazy. It's like, this is Robert Pattinson. And then you have another one, The Lighthouse, where it shows more of his range of, like, what he can do.
Yeah.
So the guy, they have a good actor. I'm not sure about the rest of it, but with that Batman, I think it's gonna be better hands than you have Ben Affleck.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna start wrapping this up.
Yes.
But I do have one final thing.
A thought, if you will.
A THOT. One final thought. Robert Pattinson is not going to be a good Batman. You can print it. I think look at how many times I've accurately predicted something being good or not good. You personally, remember all these accurate predictions I've made in my life?
Well, you said Captain Marvel was going to be great.
And it was.
It wasn't great.
It was.
It was good.
It was great.
It was not great.
You knew it was great.
It was good, but it wasn't great.
It was great.
That was one of those things where it's... And also, with the Fantastic Four, we both expected that.
No. I never said I thought it was going to be great. I said, I hope to God this is great. Because they're rebooting it with Michael B. Jordan, who was fantastic in that role.
Pun intended.
But he was working with a bunch of fucking garbage.
Miles Teller was not garbage. He was...
It's just... He's not a bad actor. He just had
Everyone
shit.
in that movie had shit to work with.
But Michael B. Jordan did the absolute best out of anybody. That's the thing.
And I say that Robert Pattinson will, and you'll be pleasantly surprised.
I'm predicting it right now. That movie's going to tank, and he's going to be maybe not the worst Batman.
I feel like it might tank, for sure.
But the second worst Batman.
It might tank, but I think he will do fine as Batman.
All right. Well, we'll see when the movie does come out in about a year or two.
If it comes out.
If it comes out. If it ends up coming out on time, quote unquote.
Yeah, if we're still in this pandemic.
Yeah. Well, yep. Thank you all for listening. These are troubling times we're in.
Troubling times, my friend.
Get on that!
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening. We will be back next week.
For more shenanigans.
Maybe a special guest.
Question mark?
Question mark, exclamation point, question mark. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. This has been Ringmaster. This has been your Ringmaster. This has been your Ringmaster.
And his cohort.
And his stupid friend.
A little monkey with the fez on his
head. Yes. With a tambourine in hand. Thank you all for listening. And would you like to say any final words?
Yes. Goodbye.
All right, goodbye.
Oh.